You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing the lane and doing their job, but there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Dukes out a one-stop, and he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
Throwing from the gun here. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field.
And the defender comes away with it. T.J. Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Burrow setting up the play action. His first throw is an interception. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings bring this back inside the 10-yard line before going down. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Darnold. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals get it back up close to their 40 as he's finally tracked down after that return.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
From the gun, a gift to Brown. And this one doesn't go far. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Flushed out of the pocket. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Burrow. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Powell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. The rookie from Michigan there that time.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To throw, here's Darnold. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. He was contained at the line for no gain. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Darnold. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Escapes the pocket. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. Third and just 2 to go. They just get the play off. Jones reels it in. And they'll get him down right along the line, so no gain is how we'll end the opening quarter. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. We'll see what they choose to do. It's fourth and real short inside the red zone. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
He's so close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
Jones gets in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Higgins makes the catch. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals go up by 12. T. Higgins, the touchdown. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals bump the lead up to 13 points. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Powell now to return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Darnold has the connection to Hawkinson. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. They send a receiver in motion right. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Down he goes. The Bengals got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Coaching youth football, Kate, this is where the kids like to say, it's starting to get real. It's starting to get real for this offense. They've got to find some solutions. This deficit, it's getting bigger, and that sack isn't helping matters.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Logan Wilson has it. And the Bengals bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
Here we go. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate,